What's up guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another very special reaction and review. I've had a few people now request that I do this new animation which is out, which is SFM Ponies Doors 2. The sequel to the original Doors, and there's a lot of different collaborators for this, and a lot of people involved. Animations, there are so many animators, oh my gosh, involved with this project. Okay, as always, the link to the original video will be below, and this is on Verexis channel. So all credit goes to every single person involved with the creation of these animations. All credit goes to every single one of these guys for all these animations. There are so many people involved. Okay, let's just get on with it, shall we? So let's see exactly what this is. Okay. So let me make sure it's going to play. Yes, it's going to play. Okay, so let me full screen this. Double check to make sure my camera is still recording because I don't want to have another problem like that again. Okay, now let's get on with this and see exactly. I didn't tell you. Okay, okay, it's not playing. Okay, start the video in 3, 2, 1, click. Doors. Toilet. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's so good. Oh, wow, that is incredibly done in SFM. Sonic? Oh wow. Whoa! Oh wow. That was really... Wow. Oh my gosh, this is that one game I can't remember the name of. I watched Jacksepticeye play it. It looks like it's Portal? Steven Universe and Star Butterfly? Star vs. Forces of Evil? Oh my god, so much. Whoa! Ah! Wow. Uh-oh. Ooh, I love this animation. Oh, that's adorable. Oh. Wow. That's why? Watch out! Link? Wow. Oh man! Oh, that's cool! Mortal Kombat? That is so cool. What? Whoa. Oh, that's adorably done, but man. Oh, wow. Alright.
Yahoo! Another door? There's more? Oh,
this is incredible.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. Fallout Equestria. Oh, man, 8-bit. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Ooh, oh, I love that. Oh, man. And there's still more. And there's still more. That was incredible. Oh, wow. Okay. In a nutshell. Oh, wow, Gmod. Oh, man. That's so good. Oh, yeah. The head crabs. Hey, Shovel Knight! Oh! On your way, little pony. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Ooh, nice. Oh, wow. What the freaking? Ow. Starlight. Oh, wow. My book. Oh, man. Look at this one! Oh!
We're all priority. Stop your backside.
Oh boy! Whoa! Oh no! Oh man! Like we haven't seen that before. Tron? Oh man! Wow! That is cool. Whoa! Loki.
Get out of here.
Ah! Oh wow, that's adorable! Uh-oh. That was so cool. What the? Whoa! Oh man! Wow! Ow! Her bed. We'll continue after a small break.
Whoa! Hey! How's it going? Have you just been, like, staring at me this whole time?
And essentially, yeah.
It's a little creepy, not gonna lie. So, you're just gonna, like, keep sitting there?
Yes.
I guess I'll just, leave you to it then. If you don't intend on moving. Nope? Okay, I'll just pretend you don't exist. I think I'd prefer to trek this death labyrinth without being distracted by you, so, see ya!
Okay! Oh wow.
I am the prettiest unicorn.
Oh wow, I love that! Mafia Octavia, man.
Everything seems the same, but I worked something out last night.
Oh my gosh, the lockpick!
Boy's brain, a small piece of advice that took 22 years in the making.
Whoa, okay.
I will break it for you now. Please learn from
Oh my
mistakes.
god!
Please learn
That
from
is incredibly
mine.
well done.
Let's dance to Joy Division and celebrate
Hey, shoot, what's that from?
Everything is going wrong, but we're so happy. Let's dance to Joy Division and raise our glass to the ceiling. Cause this could all go so wrong, but we're just so happy. Yeah, we're so happy.
Oh yeah, the portal animation.
So if you're ever feeling down, grab your purse and take a taxi to the
Wow.
darkest side
Ooh,
of
that's
town.
beautiful.
That's where we'll be, and we will wait for you and lead you through the dance floor up to the DJ
Whoa.
booth. You know what to ask for, you know what to ask for.
Wow.
Joy Division and celebrate
strange,
the
right.
harmony. Everything
Fallout.
is going
Doesn't have the
wrong,
button.
but we're so happy. Ask for Joy Division and raise your glass to the ceiling, 'cause this could all
Whoa,
go so
okay.
wrong, but we're so happy. So let the love tear us apart. I've found the cure for a broken heart. Let tear us apart.
Ow. Whoa.
Let the love tear us apart. I've found the cure for a broken heart. Let it tear us apart.
Oh, wow.
Let
Flash.
the love tear us apart. I've found the cure for a
Hey, what? Oh my god.
heart.
That's from the beginning. That's the first freaking episode.
Let the love tear us
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
broken heart. Let it tear us apart.
Oh man, I love this ambient atmosphere.
Let it tear us apart.
Flutter bat. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Scooby-Doo. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh boy. Argo Daemon. Oh my gosh, I love that world build. Oh. Oh man. You should know me by now. Okay, wow. Animators. Okay, so many people involved with this. This is incredible. I'm trying to read every single one of these. I'm gonna have to pause these to be able to read some of those. I can't read this fast. They worked on the original Doors series. Once we didn't get into the final cut. Posters and postcards? Doors posters. Oh man, I want a poster! That's cool. Is that it? Is that it? Oh man, okay. Oh wow. That was incredible. That was absolutely freaking incredible. And so many, oh my gosh, so many people contributed. Okay, first off, before I go into the different animations featured, I have to say to everybody involved, every single person there, involved with this animation, to every single person who contributed, to every single person involved, thank you so much. Thank you to every single person involved. Oh my gosh, so many people. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for posting this video. Thank you to everybody for contributing with this incredible animation. Thank you guys. Thank you to every single person that contributed to this incredible video. This is absolutely mind-blowing. This is absolutely incredible. And so again, thank you to everybody that contributed with this animation. Thank you to every single person that participated. And even to the ones who didn't make the final cut, thank you so much also for just doing the incredible artwork. And just thank you to every single person for contributing to this incredible video. So thank you guys so much for doing this video. Thank you so much for all the work, for everything that was put into this. This is just incredible. This is absolutely incredible. This is incredibly well done. This is absolutely mind-blowing with just how much was put into this, how incredibly well done that this is. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. Just wow. And there were so many different things, and I'm going I'm going to go over the different animations. And as far as going over like the story, I'm not really sure if you could say that there is a story, but this is, but let's just talk about the different things here, shall we? And again, this is incredibly well made. I mean, this is just incredible, and it really blows my mind. I see this. I mean, there are tons of animations that the fandom has cranked out before that have been absolutely mind blowing. And I'll be completely honest. As a, I'm a brony. You already know that. But I have to say, as a Disney fan, I have to say, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of what the fandom has done, of what the fandom is capable of. As a Disney fan, as a fan of, Danny Phantom as well, Kim Possible, I don't see, I mean, there's just fan fictions and fan art, and there are some really amazing pieces out there. But you don't see any animations like this. You don't. I would love to see some fan-made animations of the Disney characters. I mean, it'd be awesome to be able to see people do animations with Danny Phantom to try to continue something. But no. And so I deeply applaud the fandom for the creativity that has cranked out over the years, both animations and music, and for just everything else that's been cranked out. I mean, incredible fan fictions, incredible fan art. I applaud the fandom. Everybody that has been in the fandom that has contributed in some form, some shape, some way. Thank you to everybody that has contributed over the years and are still contributing. Now, let me proceed to... I closed that video and I didn't mean to. Ah! Okay, let's get this going and I'll try to talk about the animations. I really did not mean to close that. But I accidentally closed that particular tab. And so now I gotta let it load back up. And now to talk about some of the animations featured in this. First off, I can honestly say I haven't seen the original Dora series. So this was new to me. The stick figures were really cool. They kind of made me think about some of those other older stick figure animations that I watched. I loved. Like Stick Figures on Drugs, Stick Figures on Crack. Hilarious animation of stick figure animations. And it's kind of made me think about that. But again, there's so much wonderful animation here. The first introduction animation with Twilight is really, really adorable, and it's really cute. I have to say, it's an interesting introduction into the series. And then the animation here, the first animation, was really, really well done. I mean, we've got so many different, there are so many different references in this particular animation. There's things to other games, other memes, other TV shows. Just incredible, just the amount of things going on in here. And every single animation, every single thing, there are so many different things going on here. There's different animation styles. The biggest majority does consist of the 3D models, but there are a few like 8-bit or 32-bit style that have, and then there's a few that also that make their way to traditional animation and to flash-based animation. And it's just really incredible. And the lighting with some of these effects, like the backgrounds and everything, the camera changing styles is just incredibly well done. And it's just incredible to see so much creativity, so many different animations, and so many references to things that we've seen before. It's just it's just really, really incredible. And then, I mean, it's just really adorable. I gotta say, some of the animation is just incredibly, just adorable. And like I said, the first animation, and the first animation, like I said, the first animation, which was flash based and looked actually like the character from the show, was just really, really well done. The second animation, Sorcerer Maker, I love the lighting effects and the shading effects put into it. And then we have the third animation, which is like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing, which was really cool to be able to see. Anybody that grew up playing Sonic the Hedgehog or knows Sonic the Hedgehog will remember that. And then we've also got pardon me. Then we've also got the third animation, and this is from a game, possibly, or just an old style thing like Pirates based. And I love the lighting effects, I love the lighting effects, the background design, the setting sun. I love that look. It just really, really looks good, and the explosion effects are really, really well done. And then we've also got this other animation with the Team Fortress characters just driving past in that, I'm thinking, a Land Rover camper. Looks really, really well done. And then you got this other animation with Twilight just going across the screen, and the old Windows background style, really, really cool, really, really well done. And then we've got another animation here which features background to, I'm thinking, an animation, to a video game that I watched Jacksepticeye play. I can't remember the name of it right off the bat. I haven't got to finish watching him play that series yet, but it was really, really good, about a soldier. And it was really, really well done. And they did a really great job with this, putting Twilight in that. And then, of course, we got Portal, which was really cool to be able to see. It was really, really cool to be able to see that again. And then we've got Steven Universe, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, We Bare Bears, and the new Lion King series. What was that one called? And then we have the Lion Guard, and Gravity Falls. Really, really incredible seeing that blend. And then, of course, we have Twilight. These are pretty much like the brand new animations that are on TV, and these animations are some of these are just really, really great animations today. Some of them are more favorable than others, of course, but everybody has their own thoughts on that. And then we have the next animation of just a complete wacky bonkers trip with the characters here. Those was hilarious. And then this effect with one of the bars collapsing, really, really well done. And I love the gritty background style for this one. It's just really, 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 really well done. And again, the animation for Twilight was also incredibly well done. And then we have this really adorable animation with Pinkamena with Sad Pinky and Twilight there, and then really cute animation. And then Happy Pinky comes in and everything seems fine. Again, I love this ambient, dark effect to this. It's really, really cool. And then we have what looks like an old World War II animation, possibly, theoretically. And then we see, of course, one could say this might possibly be in the Fallout universe with the bombs dropping. But again, the effect for that, with the lighting effect, with the explosion, and then Twilight's mane and everything her tail and everything being blown, and then you see the vehicle coming towards you and the smoke, really, really well done. The animation in the next one with Twilight riding through, I want to say Tamriel, with Link on her back, really, really cool, and really, really well done. And then we have the psychedelic animation with Twilight there, and I love the effect of how she did that, brought that picture down, and suddenly it's 3D. It looks like you're going completely straight, and I love that effect. And I'm sure that's probably from a game, but I don't know it right off the bat. So if anybody could enlighten me on that one, please let me know. But again, that's really, really well done. I love that effect. And then you have Mortal Kombat, which was really, really well done. I love the effect for this. That interesting blend, that old style. I mean, like the old style Mortal Kombat fight style. Pardon me, sort of mixed with a modern flair. I love that effect. It was really, really well done. And then this next animation, this is also from a game, I'm sure, but I'm not sure exactly what the game is because this doesn't look like something that I've played before. So again, if somebody could enlighten me, please feel free to do so. But again, I love the effects. I love the backgrounds. It's really, really well done. The lighting, the shading, it's really, really done. Really, 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 really well done. As always, the facial expressions are great as well. And then again, this next animation of Twilight sneaking was really, really cute. It was really, I mean, I'd say the model was spot on with her sneaking. And this enemy in the background, again, that's from something, I don't know what it is. I want to say BioShock, but I'm 99.9% sure that's not what it is. So please enlighten me on what there is. But again, it looks really, really, really well done. And then this next animation, Twilight running through this other area. There's other things right there which look like crab-like things. They're spider or crab-like androids or robotics. Looks really, really well done. And then this one Mario thing. I'm thinking of the Mario Maker thing. Again, I haven't played it, but I've heard of it. And this is just incredibly well done. I love the facial expressions for Twilight, the camera movements, the characters, facial expressions, and everything. And the voice clips that they put for Mario there was just fantastic. I love the atmosphere for this. It was really, really well done. It was really, really cool. And then we have Fallout. We have Fallout Equestria, which is always a welcome thing in my book. And you got the lock. Again, I'm not sure how many of these characters. I'm sure all these are OCs. None of these are exactly like canon, possibly within the Fallout Equestria universe. But I love the effect for this. I love this. Again, I'm a big fan of Fallout Equestria. So I love how that thing's just moved here, like with the characters looking at Twilight as she ran past. And I love the effect, like what's going on in the background as well. And I love the gritty tone, the darker gritty tone for it. It looks incredibly well done. I love how this looks. And then we have the 8-bit style, Twilight coming in, and like it's 8-bit, and then she gets a 2D picture, and she's like, I mean, it's like flash based. It clears up the background, really, really well done, and then everything goes to 3D again. And I love how that looks. It shows an interesting transition of how the characters look in both 8-bit style, how they look in 2D, like the flash based, and then how they look in the SFM version. And again, it's a very interesting style. I love how that looks and how the background basically stays the same, but it just transitions into the different texture. And so again, I really love that. And then the space-based thing here was really, really well done. And I love how that looked right there. There's something right there in the background, something written on that, looks like. And I'm a space nut myself. I love the concept of space. I love looking. I love like the universe. And so this right here was a win for me. I love that. It was very beautifully well done. And then this animation of Twilight running towards the next door. I love how the camera panned back and forth with the character movements. I love the character. I love the facial expressions and how that just looks. It's incredibly well done. I love how that it looked. It just looked beautiful. And then the next animation with Twilight coming in here. And let me see if I can skip ahead a bit. Okay. See if I can skip ahead here. This animation with Twilight coming in, and you see the different characters. You see the SFM characters, and you see Mario. Not SFM characters. The TFS characters or Team Fort. The TF characters. And then Twilight saying YouTube with the things that's going on. That's pretty much YouTube in a nutshell. Yeah, basically. So again, I love that. That was hilarious. And then this next animation here is just really cute, showing Twilight running past, and you see what I initially first thought was Lyra lying there, but it's actually just a Pony OC lying there or sitting there, actually eating a box of popcorn or bucket of popcorn. You see the Team Fortress characters in the background, or Team Fortress 2 characters in the background, and a nifty little addition to this is the Doors or Doors 2 pony poster right here in the background. So really cute little effect there. And then this next animation with Twilight, with the Gmod style, very interesting. I love that. I remember seeing animations before, people using that gun to move things around. I love how they did that with Twilight. I love how that looks. I love just the style for that. It's really hilarious. It makes me think of, I think it was Dasbo Shits it made me think of the Idiot Box videos, which were freaking hilarious. I haven't got to see all of them. There's like the latest animations by Bo I haven't got to see yet, but again, love that. And then the next animation again with the next animation with the head crabs and everything in the background. That's from a game by Valve. Yeah, the Half-Life background and everything here, the head crabs, just hilarious. And then like Twilight goes into a panic and begins firing, and again, really awesome. I love that. And then we have this glorious animation with the Shovel Knight. Really awesome, really well done. Like how he just like helped her out, and like I said, was like, "Be on your way, little pony." Love that. And then this really awesome animation here, this very smooth, very shiny animation with Twilight and Derpy. They're really well done. I love that. And then I love this nighttime effect background here with this first animation and how the time changed to like an early morning or a sunset style animation. I love how that looks. It looks beautiful. I love those backgrounds for that. That right there is definitely a win for me. I love that background. And I love also how the lighting changed for Twilight, how the glow and light changed for her. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I love it. And we see another animation with the Team Fortress characters just dancing in the background. Again, I love the background, how that moved. Really well done. It looked fantastic. And we see other characters, Rayman, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog. Looks like, I want to say, a character from Assassin's Creed. It looks like Link, possibly, and not the Pyro, the Engineer from Team Fortress. Again, really awesome, really interesting thing here. I think Twilight bumping into her other self. This was really cute. I love that dazed look on the dazed Twilight's face, and then how she just kind of falls back. It made me think of the animations at the whenever you would die in the original Crash Bandicoot, how sometimes like Crash would run into something and how he would just kind of spin and then just kind of fall over with his feet up in the air, and then they would come down last. Like the death animations, how they would take a few seconds and it would show like the different animations for what the character would do, and it made me think about that whenever Crash would get knocked out. So that brought on nostalgia for me, and I love that effect. And then this library with the different characters, Starlight, Glimmer, and the characters just fighting here, Rainbow and Twilight fighting over a book, and like Derpy in the background. Just now noticed that. And again, Bon and yeah, but again, I mean, just really well done. The lighting effect and everything for that, the scenery, the background transition, everything was just really well done. That was incredibly well done. And then we see this other animation with this adorable animation with Twilight running into the original Doors things, and the stick figure asking her, "Is that a ripoff?" And he's like, "Well," and he's like, "Huh, well," and he's like, "Well, good luck then." Like, okay, see ya. I love that. And then we see this next animation, and this character might be from the new, these characters in this animation are from another thing I haven't seen personally, so I cannot say anything about that. But again, I love the texture and the lighting for this background, and I love the pictures right there. Those pictures are beautiful, and I love how that looks. And then we see this other animation here with Twilight and these other characters. That could be from the same game, but I can't say for sure. But again, I love the lighting, how the lighting effect is on Twilight's back, how that it's cast. I love this other animation, this, like, I want to say 8 bits, no, this blend of SFM, seemingly, with the old background right there, like the 8-bit style, 32-bit style. I love that. That looks really good. And this other animation here with these other characters, I'm not sure what these characters are from, if these are even characters at all. From something, these are from something, I'm sure. But again, I love that, how they were using that text style right there. That was hilarious. I love that. It was really, really well done. And then the all favorite, this video contains content from, that has blocked it. And I love how Twilight was just kind of blur. I love that blur effect on Twilight right there in that scene. That was just really, really well done. And again, how many times have you went to a video to only find out this video has been blocked, this video has been taken down? It's freaking annoying. Annoying as heck. And again, I love this animation right here for Tron. This was awesome. I love this effect. I love the light cycles. I love that. And you see Pinky, Applejack, and Rainbow Dash racing. I love that. That was gorgeous. I love how that looked, and that was just incredibly well done. That was amazing. And then this other animation with this distorted, like broken background, and how the camera pans around to show the letters just kind of form. And I love that effect. That was really, really well done. And I mean, that was really, really well done. And the lighting effect, this almost seems like a dreamlike world, or like a video game style where like you're running down this path, and as you're running down the path, you can't see what's in front of you, but everything gets darker behind you. And I love how that looked. That was just really, really well done. That was beautiful. And then this other animation for like Starlight Glimmer here. We got Vinyl in the background. We got Rainbow Dash. I love this effect, and obviously like they're making a movie in the background, and I'm not really sure exactly what that's supposed to be from, to be honest, if it's just something that they made for fun. But again, it looks really, really well done. It looks great. And then I love this other animation right here where Twilight trips over top of where Twilight comes in, and like this adorable traditional animation where Twilight comes in and she trips. And I love the effect that it has with her pupils. Like they start out as she's running their normal size, like big, and then she trips, and you can see how her eyes change, how her pupils shrink. I love that effect. It looks really great. I mean, it really adds to the atmosphere of it. And Twilight trips over top of that, and she gets up, and then suddenly you see Canterlot just explode off in the distance, and Twilight looks up like, oh crap. I love that. That was very beautiful. And then this other hilarious animation where Twilight suddenly inflates like a balloon after coming in contact with the one. Hilarious how that was. That was just really, really well done. And I love Pinky's just calm, normal expression, which is typical. And then the next animation here with Twilight falling, and wow, like the background, how it transitioned, and the lighting effect around Twilight during this particular scene was just incredible. Again, the camera transitions and the angles here was just incredible. And then Twilight gets thrown, like kicked out, like just exploded out, and then she stands up to see she's near her own bed. And I love how that effect was. That was just really, really beautiful. And then this other animation right here, where Twilight comes in and is talking. I love the animation. This is a very cute animation for Twilight here. And how Twilight just like addressing the viewer and everything. Just really, really cute. If more commercial breaks was like this, people would want to watch more commercials. I mean, they would be totally fine with commercials. I have to say, this is the way commercials should be done. They should be cute, funny, or hilarious. If there were more ad breaks or things like this, or commercials during TV, or like on YouTube, we would want to watch them more. This is the way they should be done. You know what? YouTube or networks should hire the people within the Brony community to do animations for the commercials and everything. That way we would want to watch them, instead of just the boring Geico commercials that we've seen a dozen times. Commercials for food that we have no interest in, or shoes, or like, I mean, come on. You're watching a children's network, and then they show a commercial for, like, if you had an operation, and you might be entitled to compensation. Like a child is going to pay attention to that. Or like a 6, 7-year-old child sees a commercial for Geico. Mommy, Mommy, I want to get Geico insurance. Come on, really? This is the way commercials should be done. And so, again, this was really, really well done. This was hilarious, and I just loved it. It was really, really cute. It was really, really adorable. And then we had the other animation right here with Twilight running past. Cloud Chaser, Lyra, Bon Bon, Cloud Chaser, and Flitter running past. I love that. And the Team Fortress characters, again, really, and Trixie, really, really well done. And with the next one, I loved this background. This was just gorgeous here with how this was done. I love this background. It looked really beautiful. I love that. And I like the little thing of the characters in the background as well. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a horror thing or what, but that looks really, really well done. I just now noticed, like, Twilight isn't seen in the picture, nor are Applejack and Pinkie Pie, but Twilight's Glow from Horn appears to be. Let me go back and check that. No, oh no, okay, that was already there. Never mind. Okay, but again, really, really well done. And then you've got the engineer, I think. I keep getting those characters mixed up. Playing with, like, the My Little Pony dolls. Really, really awesome. I love that. And then we have this animation here with Mafia Octavia. And I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorites for a few different reasons. Number one, it's got the old style, Mafia style. It's got like the old police cars and everything in it. And so basically you put classic police cars in it. Yeah, it's gonna get me. I love the effect here. I love what they did. I love how that it changes the effect. And I loved Mafia Octavia whenever it was going on. Of course, whenever I found it, by the time that I found it, it was pretty much already over. They weren't really doing anything else with the series. But I love the comic. I love I love the fan art that spawned from it. I love the concept. It was really, really incredible. I loved it. And I'm really happy to be able to see that people are still continuing this and that they're keeping it going. I love that. And hope maybe this might even breathe some brand new life into it. But I love the effect here, like the headlights shining, how they get brighter towards the headlamps and how they fade, and that fog-like effect over top of the glare. The old police light, that old stationary light glowing off in the distance. I love that. And of course, it's very accurate. It's very, very accurate, which I'm sure these models are from somewhere. But again, they did a really great job putting that in here. I love the setting with Applejack and with Octavia right here, how this looks and how it transitions to show, how it switches angles to show that from behind the patrol car, to show Octavia firing on the officers here. I love that effect. I love the background. I mean, this is definitely probably one of my favorites. I love all these animations, but this one is probably is like just slightly above the rest as my most favorite. But again, this is incredibly well done, and I like that like slow motion a Matrix style bullet dodge that Twilight did, like over top of them. I really, really love that. And then this animation right here for Fallout 4. I know this is Fallout 4. This is incredible. I love this. The dog from Fallout 4. You have the female character from Fallout 4. You have the not the Enclave. The T-51B. I think it was it. Power armor suit. I love that. Again, I'm a Fallout nut thanks to Fallout Equestria. Love that. And then this wacky, like, glitched world animation of Twilight just glitching here. You normally see that happen unintentionally, so I really applaud them for making it making it legit, making that happen. I mean, that was really, really well done. And then this animation of Twilight floating with these tires. I couldn't help but think to myself, I was just waiting for Wildfire to come in at like any given moment. And again, it was really, really well done. And how Twilight was just stationary. She wasn't even moving exactly. I mean, she was moving, but she was stationary. She had no moving parts. Love how that looked. And looking at these rims, I'm wondering if there's like a specific kind of rim. Somebody could probably tell me what those are. I love toys. Before I've seen those toys, but I could not tell you for the life of me what it's from. Well done. That was beautiful. That was really, really well done. It was a great blend. It was amazing. And then Twilight, ow! Then Twilight like base planting into the wall. Really, her magic to just pull herself out. I love that. That was beautifully well done and comical. I loved how that it looked. It was awesome. And then this next animation right here, that glove and everything. And I love the animation for this. Flash-based animation, but it made me think of the My Little Portal series. I'm pretty sure it's a different animator, but again, it made me think of that because Pinky was back here. I don't know why it really made me think of that, but it did. But again, that was really, really well done. I loved it. And this animation, Twilight and Derpy, and just whack. This was definitely another favorite of mine because I'm a fan, honestly, of like winter scenery. I know, I've said before, I think that, well, honestly, I do like winter. I do. The only thing that I am not a fan of in winter is whenever the temperature drops to below 20 degrees, and then whenever there is snow and ice on the road and you have to worry, you're driving like 10, 15 miles an hour, and you're worried every time you go around a curve that you're going to start sliding on ice. And then you're trying to push snow whenever the snowplows hasn't run. And then there's the salt on the road. You can drive and you can hear the salt peppering underneath your vehicle. And then you get out and against the mud flaps of your vehicle and underneath the wheel wells, there's cakes of like salty snow that's like this thick, dirty snow. And then you come out and like in a parking lot and you slip, and then your door freezes. Sometimes my door has a very bad habit of freezing, and then there's always the risk of the power going out. And so that's the things I don't like about winter. But honestly, like, the scenery is gorgeous. I love the scenery of winter, and so that nighttime mountain scene, that was just beautiful. That, again, that's probably another one of my favorite animations because of that. It was just gorgeous. And then this nighttime scene of Twilight flying and this rocket here, really, really beautiful, really, really well done. I love how that looked. That was just incredible. And then this other animation here with this nuke or bomb falling, and you see the Fallout bus. Again, I love this animation. I love how Twilight just pokes her head around. It's like, miss me, and then like ran past. I love how that looked. I love the facial expression there. I love the fog effect in the background, or like the dust particles and everything. And you see the bus. Now, this could be from Fallout 3 in terms of its design. It was just kind of what it makes me think of. It could just be a random background created from that. It could also be from Fallout New Vegas, though most likely not, because Fallout New Vegas didn't have. Actually, yeah, they did. But this could also just be just a random created map. But again, I love Fallout. Thanks to Fallout Equestria, so really, really well done. And then I love this animation with Tetris here and Twilight here. Twilight looks adorable there, and I love how that looks. It was really, really, really well done. And then you see this animation with one of those characters from possibly from Gravity Falls. I don't know the character's name. I remember seeing a video talking about that character, like in the season finale. I think it was. But again, I love that effect, how that transition was. I love that transition effect. That was really, really well done. And then this animation here with Trixie. It's really, really hilarious. I loved it. And then Twilight used, like, I've never seen that done before. Twilight used her magic to enhance like the bucking or kicking ability of her back legs, and then be able to use that to actually kick. That was really, really well done. I know some people are probably going to be like, you laugh because Twilight kick Trixie. okay, I'm the type of person I can take something like this in stride. Bear in mind, I love Trixie just as much as anyone. I think she's a great character, especially with especially with the last episode that gave a lot more development into her character. I really like her character. But I'm the kind of person, I can take something like this in stride and not be offended. That's me. So if you're offended that I'm not offended, I don't care. But again, I love this. I love this. This is really, really well done. I mean, it was incredible. I love that. And then this other animation of Twilight, like how the floor just changed and everything. That was really, really well done. And it kind of made, looking at it a second time here, it made me think there was something I remember from a movie or a TV show where somebody gets into an elevator, and it was a cartoon. It was a cartoon. I think it was. A character gets into an elevator, and there's somebody else. I think it was a Donald Duck cartoon. Donald gets into an elevator, and somebody else is standing there, and then they pull the lever to cause the elevator to go down, and suddenly the character is hovering. And then they pull the lever up real quick, and the character hits the ground. And that kind of made me think of that. I think it was an old Donald Duck cartoon from back in the 40s. I want to say maybe the 50s. But again, I love that effect. That just looked really, really well done. That was really, really well done. That was incredible. I love the facial expressions for the character there. And again, it would just look incredible. And this next background here, I love this painted background style, how this looks. I love how serene and just calm this looks, how bright and colorful and happy. It's really, really cute. I love the character models for this. It's different than the standard Source Filmmaker. It's definitely different. Definitely something I haven't seen before. So I mean, it's not the Source Filmmaker that I'm used to seeing. It's definitely not. The characters have a different movement. I mean, they have a different style. This looks more like clay animation. I think I've seen this kind of animation before in something, but I can't remember what it was. And it was for these characters. I saw this somewhere before. But again, this is really beautiful. This is very, very unique. And I have to say, I think it's new because I haven't seen this really very much at all. I think I just remember seeing it one at a time. But again, this is beautiful. I absolutely love it. And then this other Flash-based animation, this was the one that really got me. This was incredible. This is definitely my favorite in terms of like the animation, because it shows Twilight in the Flash-based animation, and it shows her peeking at her old self from the very first episode back in 2010 of Twilight, reading the story of Nightmare Moon. And just like that nostalgia coming back, and the Twilight ducks down and she begins to cry because she thinks back. She has the memory of like the 6 years. Well, okay, a year within the story's time, or within the show's timeline, but just how much has come. I mean, how much and how far, just so much has come. And so this is definitely my favorite in terms of that, because it really strikes a chord with you emotionally, because it really gets in touch. It shows like just how much has progressed. And it's also interesting to look back at that too and see that very first animation, like right in the beginning, and then think about how far the fandom has come since then as well. I mean, look at this animation here. Look at this development. Just look at this. I mean, you have the original show here. You have this original animation. If this is the original animation, this might be animated as well. I don't really know, but you have this animation. You have the original animation. I'm saying, and then you have this animation with Twilight. And you see just so much development between them. I mean, just look how far. Just look how much this is advanced. How far it's come. And again, this is just incredibly well done. I mean, this is definitely beautiful. I mean, this is definitely amazing. And then this other background here with Twilight. Again, I love this effect here with Twilight sneaking past. And I love the camera transition where it blurs on Twilight to focus on the background. I love that. And then we see Flutterback come in, and I love that glowing effect in her eyes. I love that. That was incredibly well done. And then she comes out here, and again, that glow in her eyes. I love that. And then we get a sort of Scooby-Doo style where they're running back and forth. And we see, I mean, yeah, this is totally Scooby-Doo. This is totally Scooby-Doo. And I love this. This is just incredible. And then we see other We see Moondancer. We see Future Twilight. Again, I love that. That was just incredible. And we see this other transition right here, this other animation with Twilight running past these monitors, and like a whole system crash, with everything. I love that lighting effect, that blue hue on Twilight's side, how that effect goes. I love that. And this other beautiful animation with this other background here. I love this like setting sun scene here. Again, this is just beautiful animation. I love this scene. It's gorgeous, and then that lighting effect, really, really well done. I love that. And then we see this other animation right here with Twilight, seeing the Equestria Girls versions of the characters. And again, this is a very unique animation. This isn't animation that I've seen before in terms of the characters. In terms of, like, this might be Source Filmmaker, but they did a really good job with that. I love how the characters move, like the eyes for Pinky here. I love that. That looks really, really well done. That looks really great. And this other animation here with Twilight, and I'm thinking Strike Force? No, not Strike Force. There was another game, Counter-Strike, that was it. I think this might not be that, but again, I love the animation for this. Really interesting blend. And again, get this beautiful animation. Next beautiful animation with Twilight being wind blown here. I love that effect with that. I love that effect with the wind being blown. And then how Twilight, that slow movement and that lighting effect as Twilight is being blown back, how that light transitions around her as she fades into it, how it begins to engulf her and surround her. I love that effect. And this background here, this gorgeous background. And again, the movement for Twilight is just incredible. The character has accurate proportions and isn't like being stretched out of bounds. And I love this background. I don't know what background this is. This map, what this is from. If this is from a game or if it's created. But again, I love that scenery. That is just beautiful. I love that. And I love how Twilight just comes through that door and just Dr. Hooves and Lyra right there. That was just hilarious. And so other character, I know that character has a name, I just don't know directly. But again, I love that. That was just beautiful. Really extremely well done. And so, yeah, that's my thoughts on the animations and everything. And again, to everybody involved with this animation, to everybody involved with this to everybody involved with this, every single one of these animators here, thank you again to everybody for this incredible mismatch or mixed match of beautiful animations, incredible animations. This is so incredibly well done. And to everybody that participated in creating this, to everybody that worked on this, thank you so much for this is just beautiful. There are so many different things. This is definitely one of those animations that you have to watch a second time because there's so much going on that for some people it would take multiple viewings to be able to catch every single little detail. And there were things, looking back on it, to review it, there were a couple of things that I missed the first time around that I caught the second time here. So again, to everybody that worked on this, thank you guys so much. To everybody that worked on this and to everybody that contributed in every possible way that you did, thank you so much. This is just beautiful. And again, it's a marvel to see this and to see just how far the animation has come. Like the different animation styles, the different animation, the different people that have contributed, and so many animators. There's so many animators out there, and some of these animators, I've seen their works before, but some of these animators I had never, I feel bad, but some of these animators I had never heard of before. And so now this was also like an animation highlight reel in a sense, because it was able to show other people how, it was able to show other animators' work, and they were able to put those animations out there, and so it gave them a lot more notice as well. And so this was all, and so this worked out that way as well. And so again, this was just incredibly well done, and this is just amazing. And to be able to see the different animations and the different styles, and again, it goes to show just how far in terms of the animation that some of the things that, like, some of the talent has come within the community. And that's not saying that this is the top of the line. I mean, that's not saying that this is the animation. I mean, this is one of so many other fantastic animations that have been cranked out within the community. And this is just, again, I know this is one of those animations that's going to put itself into the community history books for just the incredible style. And again, this is just incredibly well done. This was just amazing. And so again, to everybody that contributed, that participated with this, thank you guys so much. Thank you to everybody that participated. This is just amazing. So thank you so much. And also to the people that request. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction as well as my afterthoughts as well. And I want to make a mention, why didn't I name off any of the animators by name? Well, the reason I didn't do that is I would have felt horrible pronouncing someone's name incorrectly and pronouncing others' name correctly. And so I just chose not to name off. With respect to them, I did not want to goof on that. So, but again, every single animator did a fantastic job with this. Every single piece of animation was just incredibly well done. Very beautiful, very fluid, very vivid, and very unique. See you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.